In a couple of weeks, a committee will vote on the European Commission's proposal to extend the use of the herbicide glyphosate for 10 more years in the European Union. Glyphosate is the world's most used herbicide, and it's the core issue in the world-famous merger between two giant agribusiness companies, Bayer and Monsanto. Why is there such a fuss around glyphosate? Well, in 2015, the United Nations International Agency for Research on Cancer classified glyphosate as probably carcinogenic for humans. Glyphosate has been linked to tens of thousands of cancer cases in humans around the world, in particular non-Hodgkin lymphoma. In 2020, Bayer had to pay a $10.9 billion settlement in the United States to try and make the problem go away, but it didn't. They are currently facing a class action in Australia by 800 people claiming their cancers were provoked by Bayer's Roundup product. Glyphosate has been linked to Parkinson's disease. Glyphosate is extremely damageful for biodiversity, with effects across the spectrum of different species of terrestrial and aquatic life, from insects and bees to fishes and most plants. Prior to its acquisition by Bayer, the Monsanto papers revealed that the company had ghostwritten research papers asserting glyphosate safety for publication and regulatory review. They developed a network of US and EU scientists to push glyphosate safety messaging to regulators and lawmakers, and pushed for the removal of independent epidemiologists from regulators such as the Environmental Protection Agency in the United States. The Commission's proposal to extend the use of glyphosate for 10 more years in the European Union was largely based on a decision by the European Food and Safety Administration and the European Chemical Agency. And they have decided that there are no critical areas of concern regarding glyphosate, although they do admit to significant data gaps in their conclusions. The agencies are accused of dismissing cancer studies, of disregarding tumor incidences, and of failing to recognize mechanisms that lead to cancer. A key source of documentation for these decisions was produced here, in the Glyphosate Renewal Group, a group of companies led by Bayer, whose sole objective is to get the reapproval of glyphosate in the European Union. Nothing was left to chance. On the 13th of October, the SCOPAF, the Standing Committee on Plants, Animals, Foods and Feed, already voted on this proposal, and they weren't able to obtain a qualified majority. Although the votes are, for some obscure reason, anonymous, we do know that Croatia, Austria and Luxembourg voted against the proposal, that the Netherlands, Belgium, Germany, France, Bulgaria, Malta abstained, and that Slovenia, Portugal, Spain and Italy vote in favor. Only 1 in 7 Europeans are in favor of extending the use of glyphosate. Over 2.5 million have signed a petition asking the EU to stop this reauthorization. On the next 16th of November, a new vote will take place. In this vote, a simple majority will suffice to get the Commission's proposal approved. It will be a lame decision anyway. The Dutch Parliament has passed a resolution urging its government to reject the reapproval. Will its government, which expressed its concerns about neurodegenerative impacts of glyphosate, shift the vote from abstention to rejection? In the German government, the Greens hold the Ministry of Agriculture. It is a party which has historically rejected the use of glyphosate. Will Germany shift its vote from abstention to rejection? Will the French government, who 5 years ago voted against the reapproval of glyphosate, demanding alternatives, vote against the proposal once again? Will Poland, whose new government is now coming to power, abstain? Will Spain, which is currently forming a new government in which many political forces oppose glyphosate, abstain? Will Portugal, the country most contaminated by glyphosate according to a new study, abstain? Will Slovenia, who wants a ban on non-agricultural use of glyphosate, shift its vote from approval to abstention? Glyphosate has been a financial black hole for Bayer since it acquired Monsanto in 2018, and its troubles have not seemed to end. On top of all of this, in the last days, a global glyphosate study has revealed that low doses of glyphosate herbicides cause leukemia in early age. Yet, they are looking to hold it out and get the desired marriage between genetically modified organisms engineered to go with glyphosate and a growing need for the herbicide. It will allow them to have a massive chokehold on Europe's farmers and food systems. Will the European countries approve the Commission's proposal and let them get away with it?